What's poppin', T Squad? It's me, Keisha, and I am here with my all tea, all shade, ready to love, season 5, episode 2 review. Want to let you guys know that I start chemo on the 25th of this month, which will be week after next. So, reviews on starting the week of the 25th will probably be sporadic. When I can post, I'll post. If I can't, I just can't. So you all know the reasons why. So I'm going to try to get reviews up whenever I'm feeling up to it. So just bear with me on everything. Another battling breast care cancer vlog will be up next week before I start chemo. But anywho, on tonight's episode, the singles arrives to the mixer. Um Sabrina says that she's from Korea, and Tyrone, who was in the military, and he was actually stationed in Korea, was instantly smitten with her. Walter likes her too, and she likes him. Like, they instantly connect. They have a vibe going on. Sabrina is a very beautiful woman. Love her hair short with the blonde. Of course I do. Naeem, who, remember, does not like weaves and makeups, likes Tasia, I think that's how you pronounce her name. He likes her curviness because he likes her thickums. But I'm like, do you not see this 20 inches of weave in her hair, sir? You talked all that shit about you like them all natural. You don't like makeup. If they got all of that, it's not for you. But every woman there had either a weave or a wig. I don't really think it was probably maybe two women that had their hair natural, and I think there was Sabrina and Courtney. If there was others, I don't remember. So, sir, you full of shit. Boy, get out of here. And like I said on last week's casting special, shave that beard off and let's see if you still look the same, nigga, because you probably look even more funnier looking without that damn beard than you do with it. So Carrie instantly likes Frank's deep voice, and I was like, did you look at his weird ass face though? Him and them creepy lips. His lips are like pale and pink, and his skin is chocolate, and it's just discolored, much like my eyes and my face. It's just like, I'm like, girl, I just don't see it for him at all. And you can't tell him he is not the shit. Courtney is a Leo like moi, and she came to represent for all Leos, and I really started liking her even more. Corey whack ass. Remember, Corey is the um personal trainer who likes to copy and paste women and just date women like they fucking disposable tampons or some shit. His whack ass um tries to get on Courtney and says that he likes tall women. And she was like, I like you because you tall, dark, and handsome. And I'm like, girl, you'd have fell for this okey doke ass bullshit. Like, all he had to say was that little bullshit to you. I mean, he probably said more and it was edited out, but like his whole vibe, I would have just been looking at him like, if you don't get the fuck out my face. But whatever he said to her ass, it was good enough to get her number because he asked for it and she immediately gave it up. And I was like, girl, he would have had to do way more than that for me to get this nigga my number. So Tommy walks in to greet all of the singles and lets them know that two people will be going home that night. Corey then gets on Carrie and asks her for a date that weekend. He is making his rounds. Remember, like I said, he like to copy and paste hoes. He don't really try to get to know anybody to see if he even likes them. He just tries to get on as many women as he can. And I really feel like it's an ego booster for him. It probably feeds his self-esteem because, like I said, he looked like the type of nigga that was whack as fuck in school, scrawny, funny looking, ugly. Didn't nobody pay him no attention. Probably got pushed in a locker. Probably got noogies and wedgies and shit. Probably got his head stuck in the toilet by somebody. Probably got beat up during lunch periods. And, he just started working on his little body or whatever. And hoes now think he cute and he getting some attention and he uses it for evil and not for good. And it's just like, boy, have several. So, um, Carrie, however, is confused that he simply asks to speak to her and then immediately asks for a date. Like, you don't know shit about me. You don't know nothing besides my name, and you're asking me out on a date, sir. She thought it was very weird, and I thought it was very weird. And I would have been like, excuse me, let me walk away because you're creeping me out. So, He even says out he's out his own mouth that he plans to copy and paste all the women while he's there. Tasia talks to Carrington and she asks, is he ready for love? And is he single or is he single? And he feels like he's in a cycle of people just asking him the same question in different ways. And I was like, do you not remember what reality show you signed up for? You're gonna get the what is your name? How old are you? What do you do for a living? Do you have any kids? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? What do you like to do in your downtime? What you like? You're gonna get those questions, sir, when you're dating damn near 20 women. Like the fuck? What the hell are you talking about? So Cornelius with gay self, God best bless his soul. Um, talks to Hazel and she likes him and says that she gonna have his baby. She was being real extra, doing team too much, calling that man her boyfriend and shit. And I'm like, girl, you just met him. Like, she is just like rare, like set her sights on him and just told that man he gonna be with her. Like, I'm like, I see why you single because you run men off. So Libba and Carrington talk and he wants to get to know her better and see if they, mesh or whatever. Carrington to me, I don't really have a vibe or a real concise what's the word I'm looking for? Makeup of him yet. I don't know about him. I understood what he was saying, like, we gotta get to know each other, see if we even vibe with one another, we mesh with one another or whatever. But I don't know. It's just something about him that come across like he think he better than people. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Lamont ass got on an ill-fitting blazer that looked like he got it from the Goodwill. Girl, it was so big on him, it didn't fit. He already looked like a granddaddy, so it didn't help him none that he can't dress. Tasia Thickums ass and Walter vibe, and he tells her that he don't have any kids. And she was like, "What, you crazy or something?" And he was like, "No." He tells her about the fact that he's a widower and that the reason why he doesn't have kids is because after him and his wife got married and they were about to start a family, she, found out that she had I forgot what illness that he said, but she instantly ended up passing away shortly after. So Tasia felt very honored that he was even willing to share all of that with her and really loved their conversation. Now, at this point, based off what I'm seeing, it seemed like to me that a lot of guys like to see her, like they were liking her vibe, liking her body, liking her conversation, especially with her being a thick girl. They was really on her. Like, she's a pretty girl. You know what I'm saying? I wish she would have wore a girdle though, but she's a pretty girl nonetheless. So I was very shocked at the way the episode ended. So Lamont feels that his first connection is with Aisha. And in the midst of their conversation, he was like, I do security, online security, or whatever he was saying. He was like, and I also on the side, like to use my pen. I like to do spoken word. And then next thing you know, this nigga get to saying, his eyes on the sparrow and the caged bird sings, and I rise at the blink of an eye because you are my Sunday night surprise. And I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? Homegirl was not impressed. She like, nigga, we are in the middle of a conversation and you breaking out doing motherfucking poems, niggas. What the fuck is going on with you? Child, I told you, don't never date no nigga that do spoken word and don't date no nigga with a motherfucking puka shells and them beads and shit around their neck and their wrists. And don't date no nigga named Dante. Don't date no nigga with a beard, bitch, and waves. They are going to ruin your motherfucking life, bitch. So Corey interrupts Sabrina conversation with Phil. He making his rounds again. He gonna ask her to come take a walk with him. And he was like, "No, you can stay here. You can stay here." So he gonna whisper in her ear, "Do you find me attractive?" And she was like, "Physical, the physical don't mean absolutely nothing to me." Like she looking like, "Nigga, what the fuck kind of question is that?" And but nigga walk up to me and talks, "You find me attractive?" Nigga, boy, I will scream sexual harassment. That's your conversation. Do I find you attractive? No. The girl, oh, he's so whack and lame. So Walter feels that he's connecting to Sabrina. She gets emotional talking about, taking care of her parents. Her father helps her take care of her mother who has dementia. And, she starts crying because, she says it's a lot taking care of her parents. And, she's a mom, a single mom at that. And he fully understands. Remember, he lost his wife, and he says that, he was in the same position having to take care of his mother. His mother actually died in his arms. So they had a really beautiful conversation and an instant connection. And I really liked what I saw with him off bat. So Courtney's strongest impression was made by Cornelius. And I was like, y'all really like this gay man? Like, are y'all not seeing what we the viewers see? He's a nice looking guy, pretty smile, very pretty, if you know what I mean. But like, girl, seemed like he ain't got no backbone. Like he is just a fish out of water. I don't know Bernie. She tells him that she's a mom and she wants to have kids. And so, I mean, he says that he wants to have kids or whatever, which is really cute. Frank is impressed with Libba. She likes his confidence. They both have Tree of Life tattoos, come to find out. But at first he seemed like he was really vibing with her. But the more they started talking, I noticed like his body language started to change, and you started seeing him kind of like rolling his eyes and kind of like, oh, well, this bitch get the fuck away from me. So when she finally got up and walked away, he says in his confessional that he finds her a little bit too bubbly for him. Like she was just doing, I guess, team too much. She did kind of come across like disheveled. Maybe it was her hair and her skin or something. I just feel like she was being herself. Like I said, Frank seemed like he think he's the shit, and I'm like, nigga, get your face Michael Dermablade, because your lips don't match your face, and you sitting up there thinking you the shit because you work in a nightclubs and shit. Like, boy, ugh. So, Naeem stood out to Zadia, and I'm like, girl, y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. Y'all gonna be on some Wakanda type forever with this nigga. Because the wigs and the weaves and the makeup gonna have to go. And it was mighty funny that the women he said he liked had full weaves and full makeup. That had me cracking up. Shiloh and Dante instantly connected over the fact that she's half Trinidadian and Mexican, and his stepfather is from Trinidad. He's attracted to her vulnerability, because she started talking about her parents' divorce and how it affected her. So they really caught a vibe with each other. A few ladies talked with Corey, and they learned that he didn't ask out several of their asses to go out that weekend. So Corey was like, the best way I can get to know you is to get out of 18 people watching you. Girl, that was the best thing that he could come up with. So then another girl walks over and she says he asked her out for that weekend. So now everybody know that he ain't shit. He caught up. He nervous and shit now because everybody know he's a fuck boy. And he's like, damn, I done fucked this shit up. Like, I know they gonna send me home. Like, he just looked like a deer in headlights. And I was like, that's what you get because you are ridiculous. You are too old to act the way you do. Ill. So Tommy sits with all the guys to see who they like. Shiloh's name comes up a few times. Guys seem to be really digging her. A few guys say that they did not like Tasia or Libba, which I was in shock about Tasia because it was just a few. But I was like, whatever them few was, it was enough to get her in the bottom two. So he talks to the women and they say that Walter and Cornelius, their names come up the most for the guys. Hazel, immediately when one of the girls say that they like Cornelia, she was like, "That's my boyfriend." And I was like, "Girl, we are not in the fourth grade. You sound ridiculous." And they was all looking at her like, "Bitch, you just met this nigga. Like, how you call this man your boyfriend? Like, have several." So Lamont and Corey name come up for the dislikes. Like a lot of women are just not vibing with them, and I was like, understandably, Corey is a hoe, and Lamont don't know how to dress himself. He looked like he got dressed in the dark. So Tommy tells Corey that he can't take all the women out on dates, and he just sitting there looking stupid in the face, thinking he about to go home. Lamont and Corey are in the bottom as they should have been, and Lamont is sent home surprisingly. I was like, why would y'all send home Lamont over Corey? Like, how is it more people complaining about Lamont than Corey whole ass? Why is he still here? Maybe he's still here just for show purposes. Because I'm like, why did that happen? So then, um, Libba and Tasia are in the bottom two. Libba is shocked, honey. She was like, "Oh my god!" And baby, when Tasia found out she was in the bottom two, she was disgusted. She was looking like, "I know you motherfucking lying." Baby had an attitude, so Libba ends up going home. Tasia, honey, had an attitude out this world. So the girls come crowding around her, and she was like, I got five numbers tonight. Like, these niggas is basically playing. Like, and I ain't got time for this shit. She was like, I'm ready to go. Like, she was highly upset and offended that these niggas said that they didn't like her. But I'm like, girl, you had five numbers, so there was five guys that like you. It was like five other guys that didn't. So I guess that's how you ended up in the bottom. But she was highly offended, honey, and I was cracking up. So overall, I give the first episode of this season of Ready to Love a B minus. It was cute. It was cute for what it was. I'm ready to see how the season is going to unfold. Right now my standouts is Walter, the widower. I like Courtney, the Leo with the curly hair. Um, who else do I like? Sabrina, the mom with the short blonde hair. I like to see her, the plus size girl. I think she just got to get out of her fifis about being put in the bottom. As far as the other guys, is there anybody else that I like? Um, Dante seemed cool, but we'll see about him. Other than that, none of the other guys really intrigued me for real, for real. So we gonna see how this rolls. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys so much, and thank you for watching this video. Bye.